Hey, this is Brian Damage from Kicks and Rhino Bucket, and you're watching Bang Your Head with Mike and Ed.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Ed.
And you're watching
Bang Your Head with Mike and Ed. Yeah, bang your head with Mike and Ed. Yeah.
What's going on, metalheads? Welcome to episode number 20 of Bang Your Head with Mike and Ed. And on this, which is going to be part one of this two-part episode, we're down at the Blue Cafe in Long Beach for what's going to be our biggest and best episode to date so far.
Rhino Bucket was nice enough to invite us down to their CD release party for The Hardest Town, in stores this Tuesday on Acetate Records.
Cinco de Mayo.
And on this episode, we got exclusive performances from Rhino Bucket doing some of their best shit throughout their career, plus part one of our exclusive interview with Brian Damage Forsythe of Rhino Bucket and Kicks.
It's guaranteed to be like, keep you glued to your seat. Glued. We're going to start the show off with a little performance video here. We got Rhino Bucket with a song that was on the Wrestler soundtrack. Here's Rhino Bucket doing Welcome to Hell.
Here's a song called Welcome to Hell.
Well, that was Rhino Bucket doing Welcome to Hell from the Wrestler soundtrack. That song kicks ass, and that was one of many Rhino Bucket songs they did that night. It all just kicked ass. A lot of them also came from their new CD release, like we mentioned, The Hardest Town. We're such shameful pluggers, but these guys kicked ass and they were really awesome to us. So, you know, what can we say?
And we want to say thanks to all the guys. We got promos from all the guys in the band giving us some big props last night.
As you'll be seeing.
Oh yeah, in fact, we're going to cut the bull and get right to the point. Let me see, who do we got here? This Reeves Down wearing one of our shirts in this little promo here. And after the promo, we're getting started, getting right into it with the beginning. Yeah, this is it. This is our interview with Brian Damage Forsythe. Take a look.
Hey, this is Reeve from Rhino Bucket. Check out Mike and Ed. We're gonna pump the bucket. We're gonna pump up all kinds of good rock and roll for you. So check it out. All right? All right.
What's going on, metalheads? I'm Mike, and this is Ed. And right here, we are interviewing Brian Damage Forsythe. We're down here at the Blue Cafe in Long Beach for the Rhino Bucket CD release party. What's going on, man?
Well, I'm here. Getting ready to play.
Very cool. So tell us about the new disc, The Hardest Town.
I'm really happy with it. I've been, I mean, it's been in my CD player in my car since I got my copy, and it took a long time for it to come together. But now that it's done and it's coming out, I think it's great. It rocks.
Now the new disc is on Acetate Records, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. And who produced the record?
Well, it started out with, I guess you could say Rick Ballard from Acetate. He's the Acetate guy.
Okay.
He ended up producing it and mixing it. We started out with Stefan Segerson, who did the last record, and there was some problems. It was taking way too long, and he ended up handing it over to Rick, and then Rick finished it. So it came out great.
Excellent. Now you also have a song on the Wrestler soundtrack, right?
Yeah, from the last release.
That's
the song "Welcome to Hell."
That's always pretty cool to have. Having one of your songs as you're watching the movie pop in there. Right?
Yeah, except I haven't seen the movie yet.
It's worth it when you see it.
Yeah, I heard the movie's really good.
It was nothing but, 80s metal all throughout the movie about this guy in New Jersey it's cool.
Yeah,
And to have Rhino Bucket in there, it was definitely a pleasant surprise.
and they put out a soundtrack record
Yeah,
too,
definitely, yeah.
with everything except the Bruce Springsteen song. And ours was the only other current song, really. Everybody else it was all old '80s songs.
Oh, right, yeah, because it was like Cinderella and Accept and
Yeah.
things like that. So what's going on after this? You guys hitting the road?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah, next week there's 3 dates in like Michigan, Ohio, but I'm not going to be there. I have kick states.
I noticed there was a kick state in Phoenix and then San Diego.
Yeah, there was a problem with the booking, and it was weird because the kick date was supposed to be sooner and the Rhino Bucket date was supposed to be later, and they both got switched and they dropped on the same weekend.
Oh.
So it was like, well, the kicks pays more, so
I see.
sorry guys.
Speaking of kicks, I've heard some rumors or whatever you call it that there is maybe talk of a new album. Is that?
There's been talk, but that's about it. We haven't really gone as far as any further than just saying, maybe we should just think about it. But I mean, nobody has brought up any ideas for songs, or I don't know though. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see.
Now you guys, I heard there was a little problem playing down at Oklahoma last year.
Oh, the rain?
Yeah, I heard there was a little bit of a storm going on.
Yeah, the tornado or whatever that thing was. Oh yeah, that was insane.
As I heard, the second stage collapsed and.
Well, both the side stages. There was the two side stages. The main stage, luckily, is like cement, so it couldn't collapse. But the other ones were built, and they were big. I mean, they had full size hanging PAs and everything on them, and the whole thing just came down.
Was it before you guys went on, or was it?
Yeah, it was around 6 in the evening. Trickster was on stage, and they had to stop. They were right in the middle of their set, and this storm comes in, and oh man, and we were back in the little the little trailer behind the stage, and we were sharing a trailer with Lynch Mob, and it just started coming down, and we were watching it out the window, and the rain was going sideways. It was crazy. The lights, like the poles were like, and things were just flying around.
Figures you're up and down the East Coast and up and down the East Coast, and finally you go out to Oklahoma, and
it was our first like out of town big gig.
Right.
Kick's first big thing since since early '90s, and so finally it blows over, but there's still some sprinkles, and then Lynch Mob played, and then we go out, and as soon as we start to walk from the dressing room to the stage, it starts to come down a little bit, and as soon as we get on stage, it's just like, but it wasn't like, earlier it was like wind, storm, lightning, and it was like boom, like flashing, but when we finally got on stage, it was more just like a downpour, and it just steady, just the whole time.
I guess that must have been relief as opposed to sideways rain and monsoon winds and stuff like that.
The cool thing was the crowd stayed the whole time.
They're probably digging it even more, right?
Yeah, it was weird because the follow spot was coming from way in the back there, and you could see the rain coming down in the and then every once in a while there would be a little flash on the horizon, like lightning, and you could see the crowd. The crowd went on forever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How many people were there, you think?
I don't know. I've heard a bunch of different numbers, but I know at the peak they were saying it's like 30,000 maybe.
Nice. That's a big crowd. Definitely.
Heck yeah.
But I don't know for sure. Like especially after the rain, because I know a lot of people. There's also campgrounds. A lot of people they went back to the campgrounds and they got stuck. They couldn't get back because there was a overflowing creek or something.
Nice.
And they couldn't get back.
Hey, if you like what you've seen so far, make sure you stick around. We have more in this episode here with our interview from Brian Damage Forsythe, and then also we have more of it in episode 20, part 2, coming out within the next day or two. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Now, we got some news, some info, some appearances from where we're going to be. All right, bang your head with Mike and Ed. We're going to be showing up Saturday, May 23rd at the Surf City Saloon in Huntington Beach. It's a night presented to you by Tribute Planet. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
Surf City surfing.
Whoa! Yeah, Surf City Saloon. We're down there for a night presented by Tribute Planet. We have Hemispheres doing the best of Rush, Train of Thought doing the best of Dream Theater, and there's going to be one more band on the bill that night. That band's yet to be confirmed, but as soon as we know, we'll pass that info right on to you.
We know they're going to kick ass.
Oh, shit, yes. It's Tribute Planet. What do you expect?
They're going to kick ass.
Duh. Oh, and then on Friday, May 29th, bang your head with Mike and Ed, we're going to be at the K-Cal Kegger out in Redlands. Yes, we've been asked to show up courtesy of Mr. Crowley, doing the best of everything that Ozzy's ever done.
Let me see your fucking hands!
Yeah, there's going to be Black Sabbath, Ozzy, everything he's done. It's fucking awesome. We were asked, we're not too sure if we're going to be introducing the band, but they're going to be getting us on stage, letting the crowd know about what we do. And hey, there's only going to be about, approximately like 3,000 people going to be there?
3,000 people. Yeah, so you could be one of those. You could be 3,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the list goes on and on. But yeah, 3,000 people. It's going to be a huge party up in the Redlands.
Shit, we're there. Of course it's going to be a party.
Of course. And of course it's going to be huge because we're huge.
Exactly. El Grande.
Literally and figuratively. So.
Extra Grande. But we also have more appearances.
On June 19th at the Galaxy Theater in Santa Ana, California, we're going to be sitting down and covering the show from Leatherwolf. That's right, we're going to be interviewing Leatherwolf, plus we're going to be showing you some of their best performances from that night. And after that, we're going to be at the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano for Great White on August 13th, where we're going to be sitting down with none other than Mark Kendall of Great White.
Mark Kendall.
Do you believe that? Mark Kendall?
Dude, fucking shit, yeah. Fucking excited about that one.
Holy shit.
I got questions out the yin yang for him.
I can't even process thoughts.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Our good friend, Lon Friend. Our good friend, Lon Friend.
Yeah.
Get it? Our good friend, Lon.
He's friendly.
He's a friend. He's got a new book out called Life on Planet Rock. Guns N' Roses to Nirvana. A backstage journey through rock's most debauched decade. Did I get that right?
I think so, yeah.
Got that
I was
right.
pretty high during that time, so.
Well, this is all Alon Friend's great rock stories from back in the day up to, around when Nirvana happened. And if anybody's got great stories to tell about rock, it's Lon Friend.
He knows everybody.
Hell yeah, he does. So pick up that book, Lon Friend, Life on Planet Rock.
Okay, hey, let's get back into the show right here. We got some Rhino Bucket, and here's a song from their new CD called The Hardest Town. You got it right? Hey, yeah, there it is. Here is Rhino Bucket with them doing Justified.
Rhino Bucket doing Justified. Personally, one of my favorite tracks off the new CD, The Hardest Town. I know we keep talking about it, but we wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't awesome. And this CD is awesome, trust me. If you like AC/DC with a lot more ass kicking, whatever it is.
Bitch smacking.
Bitch smacking and they're just really mean. They're like a mean AC/DC who, they kick ass. They're awesome. And they were really nice by inviting us down and letting us cover their show.
Big time. And where the fuck are we going with this?
Oh, where do you want to go with it, man?
I think we have to go. I don't think we just have to. We must. We have to give you what you came for. Let's continue now with some more of our interview with Brian Damage Forsythe. Take a look. Now, has it been hard trying to do like double duties between Rhino Bucket and kicks, or I mean, aside from the one little schedule conflict? Or?
Up until now, it hasn't been a problem, but now it's like, especially with this new CD coming out, like things are starting to pick up. And the funny thing is, we just signed with this new agent. Kicks just signed with a new agent last year, and last year was sort of this build-up, and then this year it's like all of a sudden we're getting all these gigs, and now Rhino Bucket's like starting to pick up. So now it's starting to be a little weird.
I guess that's good if there's too much work.
Yeah, because it is. It's a quality problem. Because I got to drop that. Like I still have a day job, and I just got to drop down to 4 days a week to playing so much.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now you've been starting to see like a resurgence, in the rock scene, like, bands from the 80s and 90s. Like we've been seeing, there's always been a big buzz going around lately. It seems to be like more bands, coming, getting back together, and going out on tour.
Yeah, the whole Rocklahoma thing kind of brought things back, and a lot of bands are seeing, they can make some money doing this. There's a lot of festivals popping up that sort of geared towards the 80s thing. Yeah, that's picking up, I think.
Yeah, we've been seeing that, and just wondering, since you're a band that's getting called on, what are you seeing from your end, So, yeah, so we've been hearing it, we've been seeing it, and we're all excited about it. So we're getting to see a lot of these bands we haven't been able to see in a long time. So,
A long time.
Yeah, and the whole thing with Kicks is, we're trying to take advantage of this while it's going on, because I know it's not going to last forever. So we're just jumping on there and trying to ride the wave.
Right.
Now, you've been with Rhino Bucket, since 2001, 2002?
Yeah, for a while. I mean, it took a long time to even put out the first CD. That came out in 2006. And then this is our second, but in between they re-released some other older stuff on acetate.
How did you get together with them?
I was playing with, I actually played with Reed, the bass player, first, back in like 95. Him and I joined a blues band, and he was the bass player in a blues band. And so him and I kind of branched out, and we went and played with another guy with this other project for a while. And then George came back into the picture, and he put together this band called Deep Six Holiday at like the end of the 90s. And it was basically Rhino Bucket with a different drummer. And it was a guy from, what's that band? He used to play with Tattoo Rodeo or something. I can't remember his name. But yeah, so that was, and it was funny because we even did some of the songs that ended up on, and then it got ugly.
Oh.
Like Hammer and Nail, Invisible. We were doing those songs back then. And then, like 98, I ended up getting arrested, going to jail for a little while, and that sort of dissolved that band.
Oh, I see.
So that fell apart, and then when I finally went through my whole rehab thing and came back out the other side, George called me. What's his name? Sorry, it's my blank. Ricky Rackman was trying to do the Cat House thing again, and I think he had done one thing, and we were going to be his second gig. He wanted Rhino Bucket, because I guess Rhino Bucket was a big Cat House band, and so George called me up and he goes, "Well, you want to do this gig?" Because at first he called me at one point and asked me if I wanted to. They were going to put Rhino Bucket back together, and he wanted to know if I wanted to do it, and I was like, I don't know why I didn't want to. I thought it was too much like the Kicks thing, and I'd sort of gotten away from that. And I was sort of hesitant to get back into the hard rock thing, and even the Rhino Bucket's not really anything like Kicks. It's different. So then he asked me about the gig. He goes, well, you want to do this one gig? And I said, all right, I'll do the gig. So I learned all the songs, and then once I knew the songs, it was like then we did another gig, and then all of a sudden a movie soundtrack thing, that Rolling Kansas thing came along, and so we wrote a song for that and got to do some music for that.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and it was really fun, and it sort of got us going. And we started writing songs and putting songs together, and then once that happened, it sort of changed it because it wasn't like me just playing the other guy's parts,
Right.
and it turned into like. I ended up being part of the band after that, so
Getting more involved with some of the songwriting and stuff like that.
yeah, and I just started getting into it. Now it's like I love it.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to episode number 20, part 1 of Bang Your Head with Mike and Ed. This show featured our exclusive interview with Brian Damage Forsythe, covering the Rhino Bucket CD release party at the Blue Cafe in Long Beach.
This CD right here.
Yeah, gotta check it out. I'm telling you, these guys fucking rock. They do not suck. They kick ass. They went out there, bunch of enthusiasm, just rock the place. Everyone's banging the head. What can I say?
And I'll tell you, if you like AC/DC with a little smidge of Leonard Skinner and a whole lot of kicking the shit out of you, Rhino Bucket's the band for you. Pick up their new CD on Acetate Records called The Hardest Town in stores this Tuesday. Also, you can log on to Acetate Records website or Rhino Bucket's website and pick the CD up online. It is worth it, guaranteed. It's got the Bang Your Head with Mike and Ed stamp of approval.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. Trust us. Trust us.
What else we gotta mention?
Well, first we got a show. We wanted to make an announcement on May 23rd at Palladino's in Tarzana. It's Intruder doing the best of the David Lee Roth era of Van Halen. I don't know if you've seen these guys, but these guys kick ass. They're definitely worth the trip to Tarzana to see them.
Hell yeah. And also on May 9th, down at the Gypsy Lounge in Lake Forest, we got Dirty Frank doing the best of Pearl Jam. Audio Garden, these guys are awesome. They do the best of Soundgarden, Audio Slave. You gotta hear Gar belt out to Chris Cornell. It's mind-blowing.
Gar baby.
Oh, hell yeah. Gar baby, big time. And also, starting up that night is going to be The Electric, doing the best of the Cult. It features Gar from Audio Garden, one of the other guys from the band, and it's supposed to be a special appearance that night. Just go down and check it out. There'll be a little celebrity appearance going on down there, trust me.
Really?
Hell yeah.
You can't say who it is, though?
I can't say who it is.
Well, it's gotta be cool, though.
Go to Audio Garden's website and you'll find out. Or actually, not so much Audio Gardens, but check out The Electric. They got some shit going on. And then, to wrap things up, we have to give a big shout out to friends of ours. Dirty Dick's Rock and Roll Circus. These guys have been giving us props for the past few months going back into last year. What can I say? I want to say thank you for making us one of your top friends on your website and everything. We haven't even been to a show for these guys yet, but
That's gonna change.
Yeah, because they just love what we do, and hey, thank you, we appreciate it. So we're going to mention a couple of appearances for your band. On Saturday, it's May 9th at the, what fucking place is this?
Which one?
Oh, Leo's All-Star Bar and Grill in La Crescenta. Okay, come on down, check out Dirty Dicks. You know, they do a bunch of the best rock and roll and heavy metal covers.
They're cool. They're just dirty, raunchy, straightforward, ass-kicking rock and roll. You'll love them. Go check them out.
And then they're also, Dirty Dick's Rock and Roll Circus is going to be playing at Gallagher's down in Huntington Beach on Friday, June 5th. Check it out. It's a party the whole time they go there. Girlies are in and out of the place, in and out. Freaking cougars letting the cat out of the bag and all that good shit. Heck,
They let wild animals in that club?
No. Yeah, well, it might not be an animal, but it's another type of
But
animal.
it's animalistic.
Hell yeah. So stay tuned for episode number 20, part 2 of our special show with Brian Damage Forsythe and Rhino Bucket, their CD release party, and hey, just stay tuned. It's coming out soon. Ed, you got anything else?
Yeah, I got something else.
Yeah, what?
You're Mike.
And I'm Ed.
And you've been watching Bang Your Head with Mike and Ed.
Yeah.
We're out. We're done. We're done.
Bye. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Fucker. Douche.
Asshole.
I just like the way douche rolls off my tongue.